Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and in just a couple of hours, Season 14 will be coming to a close. But that also means Season 15 is just right around the corner, and that means that this is going to be opening a whole new meta. Just kidding, GOATS is going to be still taking over. So now I have to ask the question, who here hates GOATS? Do you hate GOATS? Hey, do you hate GOATS?
I don't like GOATS. I don't like GOATS.
Shut up, nobody cares about your opinion. We all basically don't want to play GOATS. Why? Because it's forced upon us because we know it's going to get us wins. And us as humans, we're pretty stubborn creatures. We know if we're forced to do something, well, we don't want to do it. And that's why I'm very excited to be making this specific video for Season 15. Even though I do this with every single competitive season, this video is going to give you a list of heroes that has nothing to do with GOATS. However, it can still be viable, is still somewhat meta, and more importantly, can counter the GOAT composition. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know, the 7 heroes that you always run with GOATS is either Reinhardt/Winston, but definitely a Zarya, a D.Va, a Brigitte for sure, Zenyatta, and Lucio. None of these heroes are going to be listed in this video, and all these heroes listed are going to be somewhat countering-y. What? All these heroes listed in this video are going to somewhat counter GOATS in some way or another. I just want to provide a list of heroes that not everyone is familiar with, or not everyone is thinking is going to be a somewhat viable pick in Season 15. Because yes, all 7 of the heroes that I listed beforehand are gonna be good. But we all know that they're good, so why would I make a video telling you to play Zarya, to play Reinhardt? We all know that. Rather than making a list of heroes consisting of 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 support hero that, yeah, maybe you don't play, but hey, because I made a video and because I explain as to why these heroes will be good, maybe you actually pick them, practice them, or whatever the case may be. That's why I make these videos every single season, to just open your eyes. So finally, let's get into the video talking about the DPS role. Everybody's favorite role that they can't play because, oh, they're forced to play GOATS, but I'm gonna play DPS anyway. Well, be smart when it comes to playing DPS. A hero like Reaper excels in this composition, and it's pretty obvious. I explained it time and time and time again as to why Reaper is so meta, and especially right now, and especially with his somewhat recent buff, not with the recent patch, but a patch before that, his lifesteal increase, armor decrease. There is just an opening for Reaper mains to flourish and excel in this meta, especially when it comes to different levels of competitive games. Whether you're bronze, whether you're platinum, whether you're GM, or whether the enemy team even is running a lot of GOATs or a lot of tanks, Reaper's gonna do work because of all the changes that recently happened, all because Reaper's pretty straightforward. However, whenever it comes to a hero like Sombra, she's not a hero I want to list on this video because she's not as straightforward as Reaper. She's not as straightforward when it comes to different levels. A lot of people will disagree with me on that. A lot of people will say, oh, you're wrong, she's viable, which she is. She's 100% viable, but I always say at the higher levels, because when it comes to Sombra, I always say that communication is so valuable when it comes to her. When it comes to hacking an enemy, notifying your team, hey, Mercy's hacked. Hey, Winston's hacked. Let's focus that hero. Hey, EMP's coming up. If you're not talking, if you're not communicating, which is fine, you don't have to, but it's not going to be a viable pick because some people aren't going to be ready for that. When it comes to Reaper, you don't have to communicate. When it comes to Reaper, you don't necessarily have to have the most godlike accuracy like when you do with Sombra. You just have to be up close and personal and a little bit smart. Reaper's pretty straightforward. He's not all that complex. When it comes to Sombra, it's a little bit more complex, but it's still just as valuable, just not at every single level. I just really want to explain that because I've been saying that recently in a lot of my videos that Reaper and Sombra have been considered great picks in this GOAT meta. However, Reaper is going to be one of the DPS heroes that I list, but not Sombra, all because for a majority of you, she won't be utilized. She won't be bringing much value, all because of how Sombra is built. Whereas another DPS hero that I'm actually going to suggest you guys play in Season 15 is going to be Pharah. And it's all because of what's going to be on the enemy team, considering that 3-3 composition. There's not going to be a lot of long-range heroes that can take you out as Pharah. And if there is, someone's switching on to a McCree, someone's switching on to Soldier, and that means that the GOAT composition is broken up. Now it's dissolved. And that's somewhat of a goal that you're wanting to do when you bring heroes like Reaper, when you bring heroes like Pharah, is to make the enemy switch switch, is to make sure that their ultimate percentage gets reset, to make sure that you're making heroes switch onto heroes that they don't know how to play. So when it comes to the Pharah pick, you're picking Pharah to take advantage of the weak spot of the Go composition, which is the lack of long-range heroes, with the exception of Zenyatta. So either one of two things are going to happen. You're going to be firing down, annoying the Go composition to the point where they're going to switch onto hit scan heroes to take care of you, and at that point, you just make another switch onto a hero that won't get taken out by the hit scan, or you're going to be able to hit all these big giant targets that aren't making switches and build your rocket barrage up so quick to the point where you can just smack the enemy team with your rocket barrage. And that's why I suggest Pharah. She's still a little bit vulnerable when it comes to hit scan, but you're really banking on the idea that the enemy team will not have a hit scan. This is where good versatile players, because there's a big difference between being a versatile player and a flexible player, but this is where good versatile players will be able to climb, because they're going to recognize, okay, there's no hit scan on the enemy team, let me play Pharah. Okay, they're playing hit scan, let me play Diva so I can eat the soldier bullets. If you're able to play multiple heroes at a high level, there's no reason as to why you can't climb. You just have to really take advantage of that weak spot, and that's why I suggest Pharah to all of you players out there. Is it because she's the most meta hero? No, but it's because you can take advantage of that weak spot that I just keep harping about. But now that we talked about the 2 DPS role, now let's talk about the tank role. The tank role, the role that's so viable right now. You can pick a monkey, you can pick a pink bubblegum haired girl, or you can pick a big German man yelling at the top of his lungs. But the hero that I'm going to be going with for Season 15 that I think that you should play, if you're not playing the other 4 tanks, is gonna be everyone's favorite hamster, Hammond. Hammond is a hero with so many slept on characteristics that if I make a video explaining and really showing you the potential, I feel like it will just open all of your guys' eyes. This is why I make this video. So whether you're going against goats, whether you're playing with goats, or whether you're just playing with Hammond, and especially with the recent change where now you're able to activate your shield with your ball, there's no reason as to why you should die with Hammond. And that is the best part about Hammond, is that if no one's focusing you, if the Brigitte doesn't bash you, or if they don't even have a Brigitte, you're gonna have free range to be able to jump on their squishies, jump on their DPS, and get out of there without dying. Yes, you might lose 400 HP. Yes, you might lose 500 HP, but as long as you live and as long as you get 1 kill, you can be as risky and as balls deep in the enemy backlines as you really want. And that's why I really like Hammond, because he can get in the mix of it without needing to die. In my opinion, he's a better Winston, just without a bubble. He's less of a team player, more of a one-man army like hero. And let's say the enemy team is running goats. You as Hammond are literally going to be able to break up that composition just because of how it's played. Really close, really tight-knit. If you can calculate when the Brigitte bash is used, you're going to be able to roll through them and send the Reinhardt forward, send the Zenyatta to the right, and send the Zarya to the left, and be able to focus one of the tanks without dying. So that's why I really suggest Hammond, because he can break up goats, he can be good in regular 2-2-2 composition, and if you're running goats yourself, you're going to be able to get protection from the Zarya bubble, build up charge, you have a great ultimate, you have great damage. There is so much slept on potential with Hammond that a lot of people don't realize, but slowly but surely, people will catch on. This is one hero that I've said is going to be good, and he is going to be good in Season 15. And finally, let's talk about the best support hero to use in Season 15, and I'm going to say Moira is going to be the best healer to use. Now, 2 things I want to specify. I'm not listing Baptiste in this video because I don't know when he's going to be released for competitive or just in general, and I also don't know if he's going to be a viable pick. But the second thing is that this is coming from a console's perspective, alright? I understand that Ana has great potential. I understand that Ana is going to be a powerful hero. However, when it comes to Ana on console versus Ana on PC, well, I already made a whole entire video talking about that. I'm not trying to get into this video. I think Moira is going to be such a powerful hero, not just for console, not just for a majority of people, but just for everybody to use. One, because she just continues to get buffed and buffed and buffed and get more powerful. Plus, she has 3 opportunities to heal her teammates. She has a long, lingering healing ability, which just became even longer with a lot of heal potential that you don't even have to necessarily be accurate with. Plus, she has her heal ball ability, which now I just recently started to use because at one point I was a DPS Moira. Now I'm more or less a heal Moira, but she also has an ultimate that can do so much damage, especially for the backline heroes on the enemy team. There is high potential to be a great primary healer, small potential to be a great DPS healer, but more importantly, giving yourself protection away from the flanking heroes. Even though, again, Goats is going to be prevalent, when they have a Tracer, when they have a Genji, a Doomfist, someone that's just going to be flanking and targeting you, heck, even a Diva, you have a Fate ability that's going to be able to get you out of sticky situations and not die. And that is so key and so important as a primary healer, because if you die as a primary healer, the whole team crumbles. 90% of the time. And when you're playing Ana and when you play Mercy, there isn't a lot of protection potential when compared to Moira. And that's why I really like Moira. And that's why I'm suggesting you guys to play Moira in Season 15, but not be a DPS Moira like how I used to be. I'll admit, I used a lot of damage dealing balls. And those are my heroes that I suggest you guys to either learn or play in Season 15. Are they the most meta heroes? Somewhat. Are they as meta as Goats? Definitely not, but they can compete. They can hang with those heroes. But anyway, guys, that's going to be my video. But one last thing I want to say is, honestly, the best hero that you can play is going to be a hero that you're good with and a hero that you like. And hopefully it's a hero that consists of both of those things, because a hero that you like might not necessarily be a hero that you're good with. But I just really want to give you the best tools when it comes to Season 15 that maybe will help you win a couple of games, because as long as you're having fun at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, as long as it's not at the expense of other people's fun. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.